into this space and to channel through my own body and my own being. And I ask that also your higher self and source, and maybe any angels or guides that you work with closely, whether you're conscious of it or not, start to connect with you and start to weave our transmission through our hearts. So there will be many, many people joining us for this transmission on replay as well. So if you're on replay, we're also inviting your heart into this space. Well, you're listening to me now. You've already done all the things. We're here together throughout all time. But we also feel you, and we are all connected. And as we breathe in, we ask for a revelation. Is that how you pronounce it? Revelation? A revealing, a revelation? Of our unique soul's missions here on this planet. We ask Source to transmit the unique codes, the unique healing, the unique medicine that each and every single one of us need to become further activated into the reason why we are on this planet, why we came here. You listening, beautiful angel, I'm so happy that you're here and we're experiencing this together. You are here for a very powerful reason. Your soul had a unique and specific mission that it arrived with, some more than others. Some are here more to just love, to just absolutely love. And while that's all of our missions, some others of us have come with a little bit more specifics in our soul and in our light bodies as to what we actually want to do and accomplish while we're here. And so just honoring that this now moment is an opportunity for us to be able to hear more deeply, to be able to clear out the noise. There's so much noise when it comes to business. There's so much noise when it comes to entrepreneurship. Do this, try that. This is good marketing. This is how much money you're supposed to be making. This is blah, blah, blah. This is like way too much going on for me, for my liking. What I recognize is that business is a sacred technology to express and to transmit and to anchor our soul's mission on this planet. And there are those of us who've been called forth at this time to be entrepreneurs, to detach from the matrix, and to create a new way. And I'm calling us the New Earth entrepreneurs because our businesses are living bridges very similar to our DNA from the 3D Earth to the 5D Earth. And we're all in process. So none of us here right now is fully embodied in 5D, right? We are being the bridges right now. The medicine of Source is transmitting through us right now as we are the living bridges. And it's a very big role to have. It's a very big role to straddle 2-dimensional energies, actually 3 with the 4D. And to be able to transmit source frequency through it all so other people can start to ride that vibration and activate it within them. So taking a deep breath in, taking what resonates, leaving what doesn't from this transmission, and opening up to the power of your higher self and to the power of source. We set the intention that in this transmission, each and every single one of us has an awakening, has an activation to who we really are and why we really came here. So taking a deep breath in, and thank you, higher self, source, Archangel Michael, for leading this transmission. My intention is to serve at the highest capacity that I can serve, use my voice, use my heart, transmit through me, and so it is. Thank you. All right. All right, Megan says she was so excited to start her day. Feels like a perfect start to Sunday. Perfect. And Annette, we'll see you on the replay. Okay, so I had an interesting morning this morning. I was guided to do some research because last night I laid down, I was going to say sat, but I laid down for a transmission on prosperity and enhancement from these 2 teachers. And we were guided into the cathedral of our souls. And we were guided to connect with all of the lifetimes that we've experienced a lot of prosperity and easy prosperity and easy abundance. And we're going to receive symbols as gifts from those lifetimes to more deeply encode within our bodies so we could register and really start to more deeply pillar into abundance in this lifetime, because we have both. We have other lifetimes that have a lot of density and a lot of trauma, and then we also have lifetimes with a lot of light and a lot of the truth, right? So this was more, rather than clearing, this was about receiving. And the symbol that immediately came to me was this oval gem, and it was like a sapphire. It was the blue ray. I knew instantly kind of what it was. And also, can you let me know if I'm still on video, okay? Because Facebook keeps telling me strange things about the video, and I'm just like, dude, Facebook, like, you're supposed to be the tech guru, okay? Can you figure it out? But just let me know if you're still hearing me and seeing me, okay? So I had this sapphire come and in this transmission as a symbol of a lifetime that I had lived in full abundance, full prosperity, full ease, never a question, never really a moment of scarcity, just pure trust and living in that. And I was reactivated into being a carrier of the blue ray. Okay, awesome. Thank you. Megan says you're good. Yes, goddess, you're seen. Okay, and I'm going to spiralize my water a little bit more because I need to drink it. I'm really thirsty. And so when I woke up this morning, I just had this, I was like, I just want to Google blue ray beings because I want to see what other people are saying about this. And I have a point. This all connects to our higher selves and our businesses. We are going somewhere. And I found this article that was like, whoa, like this is like her basically typing so many of the things that I had downloaded about my soul and who I was connected with, Sirius and the lion consciousness and the Ankh, and it's like everything that I already knew and know, and it was just like so validating to see it in front of me, and it started activating more and more and more and more, and it got me thinking more about carrying our own unique medicine. It got me thinking about who I am and what codes I carry and what ray that I carry and why that matters and why this matters to you. Because as you listen, you are a carrier for your own medicine. You're a carrier for your unique frequencies. And I believe that in all likelihood, you are an emissary from your own soul star family, and that you came here as an emissary or as a part of a team from your soul star family, maybe from a star nation. And you came to anchor those codes, those unique codes that you carry. So for me, I'm an emissary from the dolphins. Hello. Orca is my preferred form of dolphin. That's like me, okay? I also carry like Syrian codes. I was getting last night, Venusian mermaid. I keep, getting the vibe to like continue to connect with Venus and seeing all this imagery around it. And why I'm sharing this is because if we're talking about spiritual business and if we're talking about our higher self being our business coaches, then we need to zoom out to a place that most business coaches don't bother to zoom back to. Because what happens when you go into most business coaching programs is they already assume that what you have in your mind and that what you're thinking you want to offer is what your soul and what your higher self is here to do. Or maybe they don't even think about that, right? Thank you for liking my outfit. But what happens is that these people go into these business coaching programs with an idea. I'd like to offer this. I think this could be good. And then they get so caught up in the noise of marketing and your ideal client and branding and this, and it's just like, oh yeah, let's do this. This feels probably yes, I will offer this. And we go through, I'm not saying you do this, but I'm just saying this happens all the time. We go through this whole journey to share in our businesses when we're not even offering what our souls are actually here to offer from a multidimensional place of awareness. And then as we walk that path, we're going to instantly feel defeated or like something's weird or off. And we may end up trying to overwork or overcompensate or over worry or go into over fear, trying to navigate how to get out of that place when the original vibe and the original intention is you're here on a soul's mission and business is just a technology to help you. And we would still be doing this mission if Facebook maybe will one day decide to shut down and Instagram and technology goes awry and some weird solar flare happens. And we're still going to be doing our soul's mission. Even if the money systems go down, we're still here on a mission. So our mission is priority. Our mission is number one. Our mission is why we're here. The codes that we carry and transmit are why we're here, and our soul's evolution and our soul growth, right? So first we have to zoom back to that place and go, alignment. And as a blue ray being, that is one of the core teachings from the blue ray. You have the blue ray inside of you. We all have all rays inside of us, but many of us have a predominant ray that we're here with and emanating and teaching from. And we're all medicine for each other, and we're all medicine for ourselves when we tap into essence and when we tap into soul, okay? So part of the blue ray transmission is to align you. So if you can just feel that sapphire blue energy coming through, like maybe some of you see with Archangel Michael, if you work with Archangel Michael, is to align you first and foremost with your soul's mission. And you don't have to know what your soul's mission is. You don't have to know what ray you're a medicine keeper for. You don't have to know any of that. All you need to do is call upon your higher self and source, God, and ask every day to be in alignment. So you can say this out loud with me if you'd like. Repeat it out loud. Higher self, thank you for aligning me with my soul's mission now. Higher self, thank you for aligning me with my soul's mission now. Megan says, and once you've built all that stuff around your offer, it feels scary to change. Exactly. Which I get it, because that is also a blue ray vibe, blue violet ray, but probably other vibes too, and just like how life is. We're always changing and updating and shifting into more of who we are and going through our cycles. So also what traditional business coaching teaches us is find your box, stick to it, and transmit from that box. That's your box. It's a good box. You know who your ideal client is. You know what your offer is. Stay in the box, and I will teach you how to market the box. And then there are those of us who are like, fuck your box. I only like boxes when they help me carry things or when cats play in them. I like the spiral. I like the waves. I like the flow, right? So I get you, Megan, when it's like, yeah, it's scary to change. And I'm even having that a little bit right now, because as I'm moving through more activations from my own soul, it's like, hey, you've got more of this blue and this Venusian energy and this Syrian energy to tap into. I've got the archangels being like, Beth, we've been asking you to talk more about us for a long time. I've got the dolphins and the whales being like, can you please just reveal more of yourself as a dolphin? Like, legit, you just need to tell everyone you're a dolphin. And I go, okay. And I look at the business that I've built and I look at the offers and I'm going, okay, I'm going to have to continue to let this energy that wants to come out. It's super spiritual, super esoteric, or whatever you want to call it. And there is some resistance to it. But I get you, Megan, because once you've built all that stuff, it can feel scary. But that's why we have to pillar into not our business framework, but we pillar into our higher selves. Because when we pillar into our higher selves, the ground is actually light. The ground that we've built is actually just light, and it changes and it shapeshifts, and we don't have that. We don't have that as much of that attachment. But when we feel like we're grounding into the framework of our businesses and what we've built, and that's what we've built, then that can feel very scary. So this transmission and this talk is about, let's pillar into our higher selves. Let's pillar into our higher selves. Let's pillar into the part of us that's always going like this. And also in stillness. It's from the stillness that it's all going like this. And that's how we have to be as spiritual entrepreneurs, because every single year that goes by, every single day that goes by, the energy of the planet shifts and people are ready for something different, and we are ready to be somebody different. So that's why we need to lean into our higher selves and source and God as our business coaches, as the essence of our business, as the essence of our soul's mission. And we need to be brave enough to listen, right? So Tiffany says, the Ankh came through for me during your last transmission. Amazing. So on point. I'm here from Sirius. Amazing. Amy, thank you for the and the kissy. Megan says, yes, love it. I also should mention, live or on replay, if you comment throughout this transmission, you will be entered to win a 45-minute one-on-one intuitive session with me, business coaching, or you can also use it in the other way if you feel like you need support for your personal life, because I channel with your higher self. So if you do want to potentially win a 45-minute session, live or on replay, just comment. The more comments, the more entries, because literally how I pick is I intuitively select which video part 1 or part 2, and then I scroll over the comments and just wait until I get the hit, and then I open my eyes. So just a little tippy, the more comments, the more times that I might scroll over your name. Okay, so yes. So I told you today was going to be a little different, a little more fiery, a little more like Beth's in a mood. But this is what happens when I connect with that blue ray energy. Because I just want to tell you a little bit about the blue ray. Maybe you are also a blue ray, or maybe this will actually just to help spark some awareness of what you carry. I just feel kind of called to share. Because, last night, I don't know if some of you caught my IG live. I did an IG live and I had so much fear coming up. In the last 2 days, it's been not that fun, the moments that it comes up. I've done my practice. I've had really good, moments, but then throughout the day, it'll be like, I'm here. And I'm getting okay, we're all caution to the wind. I'm reading you. If you weren't on the IG Live, I'm reading you what I read last night. We're getting into it, people. Good. I'm glad you're loving the energy, Samantha, because today we're going for it. Okay, so I'm talking to you about what my fear shared with me last night, and then I'm going to talk to you about why that actually prompted this activation and more, connecting more with my soul's mission and who I really am. And we are going to get into a meditation and we're going to get into all the things, but I am just going with the energy that's flowing through me, okay? So last night, what I did, I was like, I have so much fear in my womb right now. My root is this happens when I launch a program about 80% of the time. It's really annoying, but it's connected to being like, hello, people. So technically you could consider me a witch. I'm just going to go ahead and blast my light and blast my message out right now. I'm also going to charge money for it, which is going to legitimize it in the eyes of the government, who my soul doesn't really have the best memories of in other lifetimes, nor do my ancestors. So, one, for me, and I know for a lot of other entrepreneurs, and maybe you too, when we share and we're like, I'm going to do it, I'm going to show up, we can have a lot of fear that comes up. You are never alone in that, okay? I don't care what you see online. I don't care how many business coaches or how many healers share messages with you about everything's so awesome. Maybe it is for them. However, do you know how many people I have spoken to behind the scenes? Probably over 1,000 at this point. I'm not sure if it's that many, but it's definitely at least 400 or 500. And I can tell you that I think every single entrepreneur that I've spoken to, no matter how successful they are in my eyes, has had to deal with deep fear behind the scenes. And I've heard this from sisters who I could not even kind of see that on their Instagram, in their messaging. When we're having a one-on-one, whether I'm coaching them, whether it's a friend that I'm speaking to, and they're saying, oh my God, yeah, that's super deep fear that comes up when I launch, totally get it. Or someone saying, oh yeah, I was actually suicidal last year when I was launching all of that. And I go, whoa, that's news to me. I'm not saying that they need to share about that online, but I'm just telling you, I want you to know that just because we're working with our higher selves in source as we're sharing our businesses doesn't mean that we won't feel fear. In fact, we're probably going to trigger it more, because the more light, the more of that deeply embedded density and shadow has to come up and dislodge, especially right now on the planet. And do you know how many ancestors, do you know how much of the collective you are transmuting for right now? And your own soul's lifetimes? It's a lot, okay? So Kelsey says, oh my God, feeling this so much too, sister. Yeah. Danielle says, Wanatusio, which I don't know what that means. Kelsey says, I'm with you. And thanks, Megan, for the heart. So last night, what I did is I free wrote from my fear, because I follow the teachings that say, and this is a quote from the 13 Moon Mystery School, a mystery school that I've been an initiate in. I love my shadow as I love my light. And I was inspired as well from Matt Kahn, if any of you follow and know Matt Kahn's teachings. And his teaching the other night for the 1111 transmission says, this fear, so that any fear that you're aware of, this fear is demanding that it have an equal seat at the table of consciousness and not be blamed as lowering the vibration. This fear is demanding that it have an equal seat at the table of consciousness with your joy, with your bliss, with your feelings of abundance, and not be blamed as lowering the vibration. So that is the path that I follow, that I walk in going, okay, fear, rather than put on some Abraham Hicks like I used to, bless them. I'll put on Abraham Hicks, we'll have them for a while. But if I'm already feeling in a good mood, okay, cool, then I'll ride that. But I'm not about to tell my fear, yo, shut the fuck up. I don't want to listen to you. You're a piece of shit. Does my ego say that? Yes. But I actually decided to be in a relationship with my fear last night. Okay, we're going to get really real here. So there's going to be some potentially triggering language in this about some triggering things, but this is literally what my fear wrote to me. Okay. This is where it all falls apart. This is where my business crumbles and I realize I've been on the wrong path this whole time. I should go somewhere I can be abused. That's what I really deserve. To live mostly in poverty or lack and to be abused. That's what my family has come from. That's who we are. It's safe there. It's what I know. No one will bother me there. And again, this is my fear that I connected with in my womb and I said, have at it. Here's my arm. Here's my pen. Tell me how you're feeling. It's safe there. It's what I know. No one will bother me there. I don't want to be more. Stop making me try to change to fill your bullshit millionaire fantasy. I'm heavy. I suck. I'm full of density. And I'm not shifting because I don't even know how. This is my reality. I can hope for a bit more and that's it. I need you to drop down. I need you to sit back and remember who you are, poor and abused. And I like it that way because I know what to expect. As crazy as it sounds, nothing bothers me there because I'm already at the lowest, nowhere to fall, just laying back in comfort. The idea of rising higher, earning more, holding space for more, it feels exhausting. I can't hold it, not even quite. And anyway, that's what men are for. They're supposed to take care of the finances. I'm just supposed to be here. In sadness, in fear, and exist. That's what I was made for. That's the way it is and will always be. And by the way, we're going to get on a higher note. Don't worry. We're not just going to hang out with fear. So just hang out with me here until we keep going on the journey, okay? Also, okay, this is where it gets really intense. Also, I'm probably going to die. Someone is going to come for me anyway. Something terrible will happen. It's bound to. They'll come for my home and kids. I don't have kids. And they'll rape me and leave me to die in a ditch. That's what they do. So being wealthy, happy, rich with people who love you and see you, you're dreaming, kid. We're the ones who burn. We're the ones they hate. We're the ones who get by. Maybe, if that. That's how it is for us, our kind. We're nobodies, and there's no way out. So stop trying. that was my fear. That was what my fear said last night. I also want to share with you, just for transparency, because not a whole lot of fucking people do it in this community, spiritual business coaching community. Sorry, I told you I was fiery today. People allude to that they're doing the deep work and they experience fear sometimes, but nobody is actually that honest. I shouldn't toot my own horn a little bit, but I'm just being honest. Like, I don't see people actually sharing this. And this is a part of the new earth entrepreneur. It's like, take the masks off. We're all like in the trenches with the light, humanity and divinity. But I want to share this with you because you can see how deep my fear has actually spoken from. They're going to rape me. They're going to leave me in a ditch. I'm going to die anyway. Something terrible is going to happen. Don't even try to be wealthy. Don't even try. All of this, and I do want to let you know that actually I've brought in hundreds of thousands of dollars for my spiritual work. I have had huge leaps in what is possible for myself. I've actually lived many, many moments of, holy shit, I can't believe this is happening for me in my business. I want to let you know that, because if you're under the impression that in order to have a shift, in order to experience higher income and a successful business, you need to get rid of this, it's not true. We're transmuting layer by layer. And like the Great Mother transmission, we get to be in our mess and we get to have our fear and we get to still be held. And I tell you, in those moments, it does not feel like we're being held. But I've done this long enough that it always seems to work out, okay? Just going to read some of your comments here. Yeah, Megan says, no one will bother me there. That's so resonating so much in my own fear. Samantha says, Jesus, girl, me too. That's some bold truth. I don't know why I read that in an accent, but whatever. Sarah says, wow, this is fire. Kelsey says, shivers throughout this, resonating so much, it's charging a deep grief despair within me. Yeah, like, it's deep, you guys, and let's just be real about it, okay? Tiffany says, dredging up so much that resonates. Whoa, I was not prepared for this dive. Goddess, I love your brutal honesty. Yes, so this is what happens when you sit with me. My filter is not strong. Megan says, thank you so much for sharing that. It was freaking powerful. Thank you for receiving that and being brave enough to just like listen and be here and not need to just go straight to like, all right, so this is how we're going to have $10,000 a month. Get your pen out, get your paper out, and make some notes. Let's see what our higher selves have to say about this first. Tiffany says, right. Megan says, so potent. Tiffany says, left, center. Don't know really what that means, but I like it. Megan says, these parts of us have real feelings and we need to honor them for trying to protect us. Yes, exactly. So, okay, so what happened is I let myself go really deep into it. And I actually went on Instagram Live and I shared that because I have this ongoing feeling that I'm desiring more transparency and just to feel people in this space, as I'm sure you probably are too. So, and as I read this out, what I did is I said, as I read this, I'm going to allow my voice to transmute this. And I said, Archangel Michael, open a portal above me while I read this so this fear can purge from my body through my voice. And as I read it by myself first, many times I started crying, especially at the end. I was like, whoa. And I woke up this morning and the fear was still very much like in my root chakra throbbing. It's this situation that since I did my ayahuasca dieta a few years ago, my root chakra has felt really constricted, and I've been on this journey being like, let's release what's there and in my womb. And don't get me wrong, I've had fucking amazing times in the last few years. It's just, we all have our things, and this is what I've asked to excavate. So it's more deeply starting to excavate. And then this morning, while my fear was there, what I had actually done is I had dove into the portal. I had dove into the depth of it to actually meet it and hang out there and do my best not to be intimidated by the depth of its intensity. And I was like, yo, what up? Matt Kahn says I should love you, so I'm going to love you a little more. And what happened is simultaneously, this deep part of my soul remembrance also came out of that space. And I started getting all this energy from the transmission last night, because I did a prosperity transmission as well, with that blue ray. And then I just felt blue ray, like I'm a being of the blue ray. And I just had all these downloads coming in. I found the perfect person talking about the blue ray, and I was like, y'all, you know what she said about the blue ray? She said that the blue ray beings, we also carry the violet flame. So I've launched a journey called Medicine Keepers of the Blue Violet Ray before, twice. And she said that especially the blue ray beings, we take on the mystic trauma, like the trauma of the witches, the persecution. Like, for whatever reason, the blue ray beings, I think we all, any light worker and any especially divine feminine being here, will take on some of that. But it's like the blue ray beings like really take it on. And at the violet, because I believe that that blue and that violet, if you ever want to work with light frequency, the blue, the violet, and the blue violet together are like not like that at all, but like lightning to transmute. So I had moments of being like, what is wrong with me? Why am I feeling so much fear? This is such bullshit. But then it brought me to this place of, oh, this is right on point. This is me going deep into the collective energy and showing up. And then I had all this transmission coming through and all this Blu-ray, and I got all these visions for future offerings, and it was like, whoa. And I had a great morning practice. So I want to share that with you, because when we're talking about our higher self being our business coach and following our soul's mission, I don't want you to think for a second what I mean is we are going to go on this journey and it's gonna be like rainbows, butterfly. It will sometimes. I have had I'm talking from this place, but like, believe me, I've had like the craziest, coolest things in my business too, and like so much abundance for it, and it has been rainbows and butterflies. But there's cycles. So it's definitely not always gonna be like rainbows, butterflies, woo, woo. Because you'll have your rainbows and butterflies, and then you'll get to the drop, and you're like, oh shit, I gotta go down there to get to the other rainbows and butterflies. Damn it. But then you'll see the other rainbows and butterflies are even like more in Technicolor. So you're like, oh, okay, fine. So thanks for the comments. That we can show up in our fullness is our strength as spiritual entrepreneurs, as light workers, as healers, as the new earth entrepreneurs. Because in entrepreneurship, and the goddess in business, because in entrepreneurship, and still now, it tends to be, the business realm tends to be the arena where we're only meant to show this much of ourselves and keep everything else back here, because people only want to see our brand, our ideal brands that we're creating. They only want to hear that same message that's supposed to be the consistent message in our business. And we have something to sell, and it's easier to sell it if people think that we're living really great, empowering, happy lives all the time. And this is a patriarchal belief that has infiltrated the spiritual community and the spiritual leadership and business community still. I'm not judging it, because there's a lot of programming, but I am saying, as I hold space, as I hold my space, and I walk my own path of leadership, what I really am craving for us is to be deeply honest about what's actually going on, because that's how we're actually going to serve each other. And I can tell you that so many clients have come to me because they said, Beth, I worked with you because you're real, because I can relate to you, because I feel like you're not reading from a script, you're authentic, and I can see your ups and your downs. And so as we move into starting to get into, this other transmission that's going to be totally focused on you and this inner journey, I want to give you, if you didn't have it already, permission to be in your fullness and your totality and all of your emotions, and recognize that with your dedication to feel what you're feeling and to show up and say, God, I need your help here, or I want to celebrate with you here. God, source, higher self, fill me. That's how we begin to more deeply activate our soul remembrance. Remember when I met my fear and when I went in, what happened in that cavern where my fear was living is a blue beam shot out and said, hey, remember that this is all part of the journey. You are a blue ray beam. And there's a lot that comes with that. And I could keep going on about that, but I won't. Okay. So thank you for liking my sound effects. So what I know, okay, is that the more that you are able, and let's switch into our medicine here now, because I'm saying, okay, I hold the blue ray and, I connect with Sirius and the dolphins, and what I know, and Archangel Michael, what I know, how many times can I say what I know? What I know is that the more that you connect in and activate the remembrance of your soul's mission and your soul essence and your soul codes, and the more that you're able to actually transmit that and to put that in an offering in your business, the more success, whatever that word means to you, you will have. Because when your soul resonates like this, and then your offering resonates like this, you get a double match up of power, and people feel it. So my most successful journeys have not actually been my business coaching programs. I have a deep desire to support people in their leadership. That is also blue ray. You have blue ray in you, right? As well. Maybe you're a blue ray being or not, but it's leadership. That's what it's about for me. And the divine feminine way of doing things and all this other stuff. But what is just unfiltered, okay guys, like here are soul codes, like here's what I'm remembering, here's what I'm downloading, here's what I'm holding space for. I've been the 2 journeys, Medicine Keepers of the Blue Violet Ray, I've offered twice, which I'm going to offer again next year, and Dolphin Consciousness. So Dolphin Consciousness, we literally meditate with dolphin and whales for like 5 weeks and literally just bathe in the frequency of the dolphins and learn from them and the whales. And then Medicine Keepers of the Blue Violet Ray, we work with Archangel Michael and the lion beings of Sirius and a lot of Sirius energies and Isis and the blue violet light. And we literally activate the shit out of ourselves. Like people have told me like they needed to take a pause on the journey because it was so intense with the energy. Those journeys have actually been my most successful. Within those 3 journeys, I had about 100 signups between the 3 of them for with launch 3 times, 3 different journeys, 2 Medicine Keepers of the Blue Violet Ray and Dolphin Consciousness. And that's why, is because I went and I discovered what codes do I carry and what medicine am I here to share. I'm not just saying that because it's a cool tagline. So what we're going to do in this transmission, we're going to dive in and we're going to meditate. We're going to work with our higher selves and we're going to start to remember more deeply why we are really here. And that is ultimately the place that I would like all of my clients to share their work from. The journey can look messy when you are trying things out and kind of trying to figure it out. That's been my journey, but actually the whole time I was still supported. And it's always, when you're a human, there's always an element of trying to figure it out, right? Because now I got to keep going and there's this Venus piece coming, mermaids and Venus, and I'm like, okay, I don't really get it yet, but I know that this is going to be a transmission for the world at some point when I open up to it enough. So it's an unfolding part of our journey, but that's what I want you to recognize, is that to really have that business success that's also soul success, it's also soul's mission alignment, that's also financially expansive. If we can transmit from the halls of our soul, that's what we want. And that's why I said before, most business programs that you go into, I think the people that hold space for them, they don't even know how to help people find that. So they kind of just assume what your business idea is what you should be doing, and they're going to help you market it. I don't do that with you. We start foundational first. We're like, why are you here and what are your soul codes? And then when we start to remember them, then let me help you market that. Then let me help you learn about business. So Danielle says, I see the violet blue as the lightning ecstasy of fire and water in union, the eternal light of Azoth. That's so interesting because, yeah, the fire and water, that's actually me. Like my chart is fire and water, mostly. So that's quite interesting that you say that. Yeah, Danielle says, I really needed to hear all of this. So divinely aligned, Sea Star. Thank you for receiving. So, as a summary, then we're going to open sacred space a little more properly, and then we're going to get into a transmission where I'm going to guide you with your higher self, and we'll see what comes through. Step one, part one, let's go deep in our souls. Let's go deep in ceremony and meditation and prayer and dance and breath work and say, I'm not taking no for an answer. I'm going to remember who I am. And I'm going to be patient as the layers come off and out, but I'm going to follow the breadcrumbs. And sometimes it's not going to be a breadcrumb. It's going to be like this massive explosion going off inside of you. And that's going to be my number one priority because I'm here for a reason. And likely I'm an emissary for my soul star family. And I want to be a really beautiful, respectful, powerful carrier of the codes and of the medicine that they're also helping me to channel through. Number one. I help you do this in all of my offerings, but especially in the New Earth Entrepreneur, which is doors are open now and we start at the beginning of December, okay? We're going to be using breath work and Kundalini Yoga and meditation. And if you need help with that, I'm your girl, okay? So number two, and your higher self is like also just the thing. I'm just helping you to connect with your higher self. Okay, so number one is like, what's my soul medicine? Number two is you share it. And then you freak out. And then you have to become a more powerful version of yourself. Because you're like, I'm going to show up to love the freak out, to love the anxiety, to love the fear. I'm going to show up to love the one who remembers the burning times, and it's literally moving through my cells right now. And I'm not going to tell myself, your ego will, but I'm not going to tell myself, my heart, I'm not going to tell myself that I'm doing something wrong, that I'm not going to be successful, that no one's going to sign up, because I'm purifying on a cellular level. And you show up for your practice and your breath work or whatever you do, your meditation. And then you also have moments of, you offer your program and then people start to actually respond and receive it. So you have your freak out and you learn how to deal with that and your higher self helps you. And then people actually start to receive your programs and offerings. And then you start to feel like, whoa, baby, girl, this is real. And then money starts to come in. And then you get to sit with people, whether that's like this, a video or a ceremony or one-on-one or in person. You're transmitting meditations, whatever it is you do, healings in person. And you feel your mission as a living transmission inside of you, like I feel right now. I feel my soul being like, I'm here transmitting, this is what I'm meant to do. This is what I'm supposed to do, is just be honest and share from that place and share from my medicine. And then it cycles back, right? And then you meet yourself at your new level of remembrance of who you really are, and more codes start to reveal themselves. And then you bring that into your programs. Your business is always flowing and always changing. Remember, say no to the box, because your soul will very strongly dislike it. It won't work if you just want to really feel like you're in love with your business. So you change, you access more, and then you go back to then offering a new transmission, a new offering, an updated offering, or maybe the same offering, but it's just different. And then you're probably going to freak out again. And then the whole thing is going to keep going. But every time it expands more and it expands more. And you look around and you're like, holy shit, when I first started this thing, I was living in like this. And now look at what's happening, right? Like when I started that cycle, I was barely able to pay rent, back in Canada many years ago. For me, the goal with my business was financially was, let me just try to make rent. That's all, I can't travel, I can't do anything. And as I've gone through that cycle, not only have I activated myself so deeply, now I look around and I'm like, wow, like I'm flying to South Africa next week, fuck yeah. I've been traveling all year, fuck yeah. I'm helping a lot of people, fuck yeah. There's thousands of people in my audience, telling me every day that I'm supporting them, that I'm activating them, fuck yeah. There's bigger goals that I have now, and it just continues to expand like that. But the key thing is we always need to show up for what is really happening inside of us. And we work with our higher selves and source so we can have this authentic journey. So every moment of the process, we're like, this feels real. Not like I'm trying to be somebody that I'm not, which is how I would say 50 to 80% of entrepreneurs or more are living. They're trying to follow this brand, this idea that they set for themselves in motion. And it just is going to fall apart. And that's okay. But we are the new earth entrepreneurs because we are brave enough to live inside of the journey. And we bring the light of our higher selves in and activate and activate and activate and activate and activate and activate. And our lives start to get bigger and bigger and bigger. Okay. So, all right. So let's open some sacred space, and I'm going to take you on a journey. Also, let me know, as you're listening to me, before we even get into this transmission, I would be curious, just leave a comment, live or on replay. What do you feel like your medicine is? Any codes that you carry, any transmissions that you feel like you're here to share? Because you're so powerful. You're so powerful. And I would be curious. I'd be curious because we're going to dive in a little bit. And I'd also be curious if you get, in this journey, a validation of what you think that you hold, or if you're like, whoa, that was different than I thought it was. So I'll give you a moment. Okay, hopefully I'm going to say your name right. Kamakshi says, I love how often you smile. Haha, your joy is contagious. Thank you very much. I think it's one of my superpowers to always be a little silly no matter what is going on. I'm always dancing. But thank you so much for sharing that. So I'll leave you a moment to type. Maybe 10 more seconds if you want to, live or on replay. Again, the question is, you heard me talk about being the Blu-ray and all that stuff. I'm cool. It's like, great, but I'm also here to witness you. Like, this is for you. This is just to activate you as well, right? Megan says, I'm here to help people amplify their voice, heal the wounds around being seen so they can share their magic with more people. I am witnessing you in that. So we're going to go on a journey with your higher self, and your higher self is going to, I think, help you even, go, blast that. Oh, Tara's here. Hello. The Sufi Dervish codes. Ooh, yeah, cool. Don't really know what those are, but love it. Mermaids, play, joy, and to heal the mother wound. Beautiful. Guys, look at all of your beautiful missions. It's so amazing. This is why I continue to hold space for leadership and for business trainings. It's not ever for me about business. It's about this. It's about you telling me, yo, dude, like I'm fucking like have this really cool mission. It's a really important thing and big deal. And I'm like, I would love to support you in that. That's what I would love to do. Samantha says, I'm an energy healer, Reiki practitioner. I seem to help others find balance and clarity. Beautiful. I love that. I just received an energy transmission when I was reading that from you. That was really cool. Kelsey says, yeah, blue, violet, and pink rays. Amazing. We had another sister in our group today share that she was also the blue, but also feeling pink. Light of the golden dragon is what's transmitting this month. We are like so on the same page, girlfriend. Feel yeah. Tiffany says, I'm here to advocate the marijuana as a powerful instrument for the healing of the nations. Ganja came from Sirius, from the 2 dog star, for the benefit of all. No need for need. We live in a limitless reality. The earth will be renewed by farmers in the return of the waters. I love that, especially that last line. The earth will be renewed by farmers and the return of the waters. Can you feel how our soul's missions work together and how beautiful this new earth that we're creating, we're just tapping into is? It is so beautiful. So beautiful. Okay. So Tara says, yes, also the Lost Blu-ray Emissary. Beautiful. I love that. Okay. So if you got an email from me, if you did sign up for this journey via email, you will have gotten the PDF for this prayer. And if not, if you don't have it with you, just listen to me. That's fine. We're just going to open sacred space now. Tiffany says, I saw magenta and Sirius during astral travel. Cool. Kyria says, I think I am here to create medicine through the arts and healing. Oh my gosh. Feeling very broken open in the last couple days, and I am just loving what I'm reading right now. Tiffany says, open the plastic bottles and return the water to the mama. Yes. Did you see me share that on Instagram, or are you somehow exactly on the same page as me? Because that's really funny. All right, so let's do it. And obviously this transmission will be longer than last time because like Beth was in her fiery, sassy mood. Okay. But now we're going to come in, and this is all going to be about you. Okay. What we're stepping into, we're opening a sacred space for all of us. But hear me in your heart. We're doing this for you. Your higher self is here. And you are such a powerful, important being that we are going to dedicate this time for you, your soul's mission, and your soul's light, and your higher self, because you deserve that. Okay. Hello, Becca, Revolution. Hey, I'm an hour late. We are literally just about to open sacred space and dive into a transmission, so you came at a beautiful time. Okay, so in the East, we call upon Archangel Raphael and the Emerald Ray to hold this sacred space with us. And if you have the PDF that I sent you, read after me. If you're able to remember as much as I'm saying, you can read after me. I'll leave a pause. And if not, you can just receive and then drop in even more deeply in the spaces. I call upon the elemental power of air here now, or we call upon the elemental power of air here now. We ask the guardians of the East who come in unconditional love and divine purity to open the portal to the East. Thank you to the sacred power energies of the East for pouring through this portal. And they like that we're here being real. They're like, yeah, we like it. In the South, I call upon Archangel Michael and the Sapphire Ray to hold this sacred space with us. We call upon the elemental power of fire here now. We ask the guardians of the South who come in unconditional love and divine purity to open the portal to the South. Thank you to the sacred power energies of the South for pouring through this portal. In the West, we call upon Archangel Gabriel and the diamond ray to hold this sacred space with us. We call upon the elemental power of water here now. We ask the guardians of the West who come in unconditional love and divine purity to open the portal to the West. Thank you to the sacred power energies of the West for pouring through this portal. In the North, we call upon Archangel Uriel and the ruby red ray to hold this sacred space with us. We call upon the elemental power of earth here now. We ask the guardians of the North who come in unconditional love and divine purity to open the portal to the North. Thank you to the sacred power energies of the North for pouring through this portal. Now, thank you. We call upon our higher selves to fill every cell and every chakra of our beings now with the light of our own divinity. And feel your higher self filling your cells, your chakras, your own divinity. This is where you remember your magic, when we fill ourselves with our own divinity. We call upon our Christed selves, our I am presence and pure source light to merge here with us now. I'll read that again because this is how we honor every aspect of our journey. We call upon the higher aspects of who we truly are, which just means the more expansive parts of ourselves that always know how connected we are to Source. We call upon our Christed selves, our I am presence and pure source light to merge here with us now. We are in devotion to Source. We are in devotion to our I am presences, our Christed self, our higher selves, our true reason for incarnating. Fill us with what we need to know. Fill us with the medicine that we need now. This is my intention, that we are filled with the medicine that we need now from our higher selves and Source. And go ahead, I'm going to be silent for a moment and craft your own intention as we're about to get in this journey of communing with our higher selves. And say it out loud. And after you shared your intention, if you have a candle, if you have matches or a lighter with you, we're going to light this flame, calling on the sacred elemental power of fire. With this flame that I'm about to light, and I'll light it for you if you don't have your own candle, we light this flame to call upon our higher selves, Christed self, I am presence, and pure source light to more deeply fill this room, fill the room that you're in, fill our bodies, fill our hearts. We call upon a direct transmission from Source, and we call upon a direct transmission from our higher selves. And with this flame, we ask that this be so, that this be activated. Thank you, fire. Thank you, sacred flame. And I'm going to read, there's a couple comments that came in. I'll read them after we're done in our journey. Okay, so just taking a moment now to close your eyes. Feeling yourself, feeling your body, noticing maybe what's different than an hour ago or whenever you came in. Breathing in your higher self now. Feeling with every breath that you're breathing in the prana, the life force of your true self, your higher self, your own fractal of divinity of source. The one who is always, always there for you, loving you, cheering you on, because it is you. It is your true divine self, your true divine essence and nature. And feeling this light, welcoming in our higher selves. And when we breathe in our higher selves, we're simultaneously breathing in source light. So we're breathing in our higher selves and we're breathing in source light, and just feel every cell of your body start to receive this light. And now we're going to breathe our higher selves in a little bit of a different way. We're going to go above our heads, and feeling our 8th chakra is about 1.5 feet above our heads. And we're going to see our 8th chakra open up, and this waterfall of starlight is going to pour down, and this is our higher selves. And we're now going to breathe in our higher selves through our crown, opening up the vortex of your crown, allowing that vortex of your crown to open and to receive, and intend that you're going to receive your higher self maybe more deeply than ever. You're going to allow your higher self in. You're going to say, I open to you. I release, I surrender, and I open to you, a higher self. Show me my mission. Show me my medicine. Show me who you are. Show me who I am. Feeling that crown open up and receive that light going into your third eye in your brain, your pineal gland, your pituitary gland. Feeling that light fill your third eye, fill the base of your skull. The light of your higher self, a waterfall of starlight filling your brain and moving down now into your neck, your throat. This light just pouring through your neck and your throat. And simultaneously, our higher selves can cleanse us. They can fill us with activation and light, and they're also cleansing us simultaneously. So just setting the intention that you're receiving what you need from your higher self as that waterfall of light moves down into the heart, the shoulders, the arms, the hands. And feel even like your hands, and if it feels good, open your arms. Just say, I receive. I receive who I really am. I'm not here to do this on my own and try to figure out what to do and who I am in my mind and in my, smaller self. I've got the whole universe loving me, knowing who I am, because I'm a child of Source. And I am a part of the universe, a really important part of the universe. And I have all of these guides with me, and my higher self is pouring through. And I say, yes, I open to receive. I don't have to do this alone. And even when things don't really make sense, I know that they make sense to my higher self. So that's great. I can just drop it. I can let it go and say, higher self, fill me. You do it. You show me. Yay, I receive you. I receive you. And then breathing higher self light, waterfall of starlight through the heart and simultaneously through the spinal column. And the spinal column is what we actually really want to open up, because the spinal column is like this highway of crystalline Christed light when it's activated. And when our spinal column and our vertebrae are more opened up, we're more able to actually receive who we really are and receive transmissions and downloads. So one of the ways we can open our spinal columns up is to actually fill our spinal column with light in the vertebra. Another practice I personally do is Kundalini Yoga, which will be in the New Earth Entrepreneur. So breathing this waterfall of starlight that is your higher self, opening up your heart, maybe even activating your angel wings. Maybe you've activated your angel wings. Maybe you know you have angel wings. Maybe you don't. You can see them but you do, right? Maybe they're dragon wings, maybe they're angel wings, maybe they're fairy wings or butterfly wings. Go ahead and open up the back of your heart as a waterfall of starlight that is your higher self pours through your heart and opens those angel wings. And those angel wings flap open and they start to cleanse your field. They start to create spaciousness in your energy field, going, hello, this is my energy field, and I'm claiming it, and I'm blessing it, and I'm creating spaciousness, flapping it. And then that waterfall of starlight going into your solar plexus through your spinal column, opening up that part of us, feeling like it's okay, and maybe it's safe, and maybe it's actually really awesome to be visible and seen like a sun shining in our solar plexus, feeling that sun emanate light. So if we want our successful businesses, and we got to be seen. People got to know that we even offer something. So just feeling into that solar plexus and just inviting it to activate and open up and start shining like the rays of the sun pouring out of your solar plexus. And by the way, whether you're feeling expansive right now or like this is actually triggering things and there's some density coming up, it's all perfect. You're not meant to be feeling one thing during this transmission. All of you is welcome here. There's a reason for everything coming up when it does. So breathing in that waterfall of starlight and moving down your column. For those of you who have a womb, breathing into your second chakra and your womb. If not, breathing into your hara, your navel point, and feeling this waterfall of starlight that is your higher self move in through your womb. Yummy, yummy, yummy. And breathing in through the root. That waterfall of starlight, breathing in through the root. Most of us need a lot of this waterfall of starlight in the root, right? So we're just saying, hello, welcome higher self in my root. I love you. Thank you. Breathing that higher self light down through your legs, down through your knees, down through your calves and your feet. Opening up the feet chakra. And sending a grounding cord down into the crystalline core of Gaia, the fifth six-dimensional crystalline core of Gaia. Sending your grounding cord down there. Letting Gaia know you are showing up right now. You are here. All right, so breathing that energy back up from Gaia, receiving a blessing from the earth. And we call forth now Archangel Michael. And we call forth now your guides, your angels of divine light, and your soul star family to surround you. And as you're filled with the light of your higher self, I actually want you to see, and you can visualize yourself anywhere, on the earth, in the stars, in a cloud, in a temple, in the sea. With all of these beings of light around you, I want you to actually see your higher self in front of you now. It's inside of you, but you're seeing like this reflection in front of you, this light body in your higher self. Letting your higher self, letting your higher self know, higher self, I am completely devoted to receiving the codes that I carry, to embodying them, and to transmit them. Can you please unlock a deeper remembrance of who I am and why I'm really here? Please fill my life, my body, and my business so that all are in alignment with my soul's mission now. Just breathing in And allowing your higher self to start to speak to you. You might actually breathe your higher self back into your body, or you might just have a conversation or receive a transmission from your higher self with your guides and angels and family around you. Higher self, show me, remind me, activate me. Who am I? Why am I really here? And just be silent and receive. Be in your heart. And if you receive something beautiful, and if you just receive a feeling, beautiful, just commune now with your higher self. Your higher self might just be transmitting frequency to you, and you're not getting anything consciously. That's totally perfect. So be in your heart, and I'll give you a couple minutes to just open your heart, not try, not force. Just be open to whatever your higher self wishes to bring you as medicine. And if you're receiving certain information, beautiful. If you're not, or you're not sure, you can actually just focus on circulating the light of your higher self through your body. You can say, I receive you, higher self. I receive you, higher self. I receive this light. Now allow your higher self to take you somewhere in the universe that is very important to you and your soul and your soul's mission. This may be where your soul star family is and you're from, or you've lived. This may be a meeting place. It could even be a place on earth. Allow your higher self to take you somewhere that holds codes for you, that your soul simply traveling there and your light body simply traveling there will serve as an activation. And remember, whatever you get or you don't get, if you see a lot or you don't, it doesn't matter, because it's all happening anyway. So higher self, thank you for taking me to a place in the universe that has the most medicine for me right now. You might see nothing at all, but you will receive a transmission. Trust what you get. And allow Archangel Michael to step forth. And Archangel Michael places one hand on your heart and another hand on some other area of your body. And he's starting to fill you with the transmission of alignment. And let him also purify some fear from your body and your being. Archangel Michael, being with you now, he carries that sapphire ray. You can also see it as blue-violet. He also carries white and gold. Just allow Archangel Michael to literally bless you with a transmission right now, a healing, an activation, whatever you need. You can go somewhere else to receive it in the universe or on earth. You can receive it wherever you want. And Archangel Michael is filling your body with a sapphire blue light. And he's bringing every cell of your body into alignment, into harmony with your soul's mission. And he's showing me some of you have been carrying a lot of grief and a lot of confusion about your life or what's happening in the world. And he's saying, it's okay to experience these very human emotions. However, you must continually commit to receiving the transmission of your true self through your central channel every day, or as many times as you can throughout the week. You have to bring your attention back to the luminous light of your soul and your soul's mission, because otherwise you'll be distracted, you'll forget. So yeah, I'm seeing that forgetfulness and that distraction just start to come off your body, saying, this is why you came, because you are the light, you are the medicine. You don't need to look at what's going on out there to inform how you feel inside. You are an emissary for the universe, for your soul star family. You are the blessing, the light, the offering. Go out there and shine. Go in there and shine. Go anchor your codes and your light and your essence. If you could only see how I see you, you would weep in beauty and laugh with joy and celebration and excitement. He's saying, I've got you. God has got you. Source has got you. Be okay with the idea of losing something or having something to change or having to start from scratch, or even this voice that says, you're going to lose it all. He says, be okay with that. Because all of that ego is referring to temporary, outside, situational things and circumstances. You're going to lose it all anyway. Spoiler alert, you're going to die. You only have your soul. You only are your soul. So pillar into that light. Be such a rebel, a radical rebel, that you're like, I don't really care that much about anything else than the light that I am and the mission that I'm here with. And I live in devotion to that mission. I choose to commune with Source, with God, and to let God come through in my business. I choose to be a conduit for the light. Being brave enough to change, to grow, to shift, to scream, to visit your fear, to have a temper tantrum, to do an intense breathwork journey, to dance it out, to say thank you. All this time we've been looking for the medicine. We are the medicine. Look into our own souls and we'll find everything that we need. And allowing now a transmission. So Gaia, the crystalline core of Gaia, is starting to give you a transmission, and she's starting to bring you codes from your other lifetimes on this planet and off. And it's like there's light codes, there's sigils, there's symbols coming out of Gaia. And so you can come, if you're not close to Gaia, you can come back to the vicinity of Gaia or on Gaia. And she's beaming out these codes so you can remember, so you can activate. You know, for me, I'm seeing, some ancient Egyptian frequencies and codes come out. Maybe some Lemurian energy. What are you receiving? Could be totally different. These codes are activating your soul light more deeply and reminding you of who you really are. Our soul's mission doesn't just span one lifetime. It spans an entire journey of living in a planetary matrix and beyond. So as we connect with our other lifetimes, we start to receive more pieces of the tapestry that will inform the grander mission that we're on. And may our businesses be a conduit for this grander mission that we're on. And we're not going to take no for an answer. We're not going anywhere. We are here, we are now, we are shining, and we are blessed. And we thank you. Thank you to Gaia. Thank you to Archangel Michael. We asking the higher self-consciousness to come through again and say, higher self, thank you for giving me an activation right now into my soul codes. And your higher self is going to give you a gift. It's going to be a symbol or a gift. Receive that symbol or a gift now. Breathing in. Thank you, higher self, for filling me. So we're almost done. This is the last few moments here. You're doing great. So you can say this, you can repeat after me and maybe say it out loud. That feels good. Higher self, thank you for filling me. Higher self, thank you for aligning me with my soul's mission. Higher self, thank you for activating me more deeply into my purpose. Higher self, thank you for aligning me with true abundance. Higher self, thank you for activating my 5D frequencies. Higher self, merge with me now. Christ itself, merge with me now. I am presence, merge with me now. Source light, merge with me now. I receive who I really am. Higher self, activate, 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 activate me. I'm here in full devotion to my mission. I'm here in full devotion to my mission. When you're ready, you can wiggle your toes. Starting to just feel Gaia underneath you, higher self filling you. Whew. And whenever you're ready, you can come back to this space and opening your eyes. Yeah. So coming back, and what's important to acknowledge is that no matter the experience that you had, when we say out loud, higher self fill me now, higher self merge with me, higher self align me with my soul's mission, when we visualize our higher selves filling us, when we work with Archangel Michael and we ask for a transmission, it always, always happens. The key for me on my own journey has to come back every single day and ask whether I'm feeling amazing and like fucking awesome, whether I'm feeling really low or just kind of okay, cool, somewhere in between, chilling. To keep coming back to this communion because it reveals all to us that we need to know when it's time for us. And also it just feels so much better if we're having a moment of worrying. It feels so much better to just go, wait, let me just go, higher self. Thank you for filling me now, and starting to use the power of our voice and intention for invocation. That's what we're going to do if you join us in the New Earth Entrepreneur. We are going to, I don't want to say obsessively work with our higher selves, but like kind of. We are going to, like every single transmission, every audio, every clearing, let me just walk you through what the New Earth Entrepreneur is going to be like. Because I really want you to understand, because you have an opportunity to join and you have an opportunity to just take what I'm about to say and get inspired for your own journey, okay? So what we're going to do is, if you decide to come in, you're going to come in. And we're going to have monthly ceremonies. So we're going to sit in transmission like this around different themes, but we're going to do it on Zoom, and we're going to be able to see and kind of feel each other a little bit more in our container. And also so I've worked with hundreds and hundreds of clients. Okay. So what I want you to understand is that we have templates in our energy fields, and we all have very similar fears and blocks in these templates. I'm afraid I'm not good enough. I notice Sarah's talking about imposter syndrome. I'm afraid that I've done something wrong. So somewhere inside of me, I'm bad and I'm wrong, and so I don't deserve abundance and prosperity. It's not safe to be in my light. Money is really hard. It's just not going to come to me, etc., 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 etc. Ancestral stuff. So what I've actually done, and this was a Crystalline Priestess Entrepreneur last round, and now I've upgraded it to be the New Earth Entrepreneur. So I've created these audios that walk you through with your higher self, clearing the templates. So it's like, all right, wherever, higher self, we can do this right now, higher self. I'm asking your higher self, wherever you feel like you're just not good enough, you're just not ready to hold the amount of space and transformation for yourself and other people. You're just not good enough. You're an imposter. You're not there yet. Wherever anything like that is going on, ask your higher self to clear it, release it, delete it, transmute it across all time, dimension, space, and reality now. Wherever you feel like it's too hard to make money as a spiritual healer and a spiritual coach and a spiritual teacher, it's so much easier to make money in the system, in the matrix, with a job, with something stable. And that's where the money comes from. Wherever anything like that is going on in your system, I ask your higher self to clear it, release it, delete it, and transmute it across all time, dimension, space, and reality now. So in the New Earth Entrepreneur, we go through themes, and you get like a 30 to 60 minute audio clearing like that when I'm listing all of the different things I'm seeing in people's energy fields over many years, clearing them. And you're meant to use these audios as many times as you want, over and over again. For years, you'll have them to clear them. You also receive meditations on that week's theme. The themes are what I feel are the most powerful to really tap into, to live our soul's missions, working with the Great Mother, working with the Divine Masculine, working with the Divine Feminine, our sacred sexuality, our divine innocence, our relationship with money, our ability to energetically attract clients. So all of these themes. And then we meet for ceremony and we meet for coaching calls. And we also have business teachings, a whole library for that you can go to. And we also have a ceremony library, which our guest teacher is going to walk you through ceremonies using Kundalini Yoga and breathwork and crystal bowl singing. So we can set an intention to merge with our higher selves, to clear out old stuff. And my experience, so whether you join New Earth Entrepreneur or not, listen to this piece, okay, please. My experience is that if you open sacred space and you set an intention and then you bring a healing modality in to work with that intention and then you close the sacred space, you will have much more transformation than if you just did that healing modality. So what we're going to do is we are going to open sacred space, set an intention for abundance, soul alignment, courage. And then we are going to work with Kundalini Yoga. We're going to work with breath work, the crystal bowls, and we're going to sit in transmission and then close it. And you're going to have these ceremonies and you can do them over and over and over again. And they're going to show you different pathways that you can actually create your own ceremonies. So we're actually going to work with ceremony to change our reality. So you're invited into the New Earth Entrepreneur. The link to join or just to learn more is in this description somewhere. So I'm going to read some comments. Sarah says, and this was from before our journey, our deeper journey. Sarah, and let me know, comment, let me know, what did you see in that journey? What came for you? Right? Like, did you learn anything? Was it just a feeling that you received? That's amazing too, right? So Sarah says, I want to ignore it, but the feeling of imposter syndrome is coming up strong. I can't believe I didn't realize I need to face that feeling and journal about it. Thanks. Yeah. Yeah. And I'm so happy to just be in that space where we're real with each other. Oh, actually, I can just listen to that fear and open up to it and chat with it and be like, whoa, you really kind of feel like a shithead that's so terrifying. But let's have tea. Okay, Eliza says, I feel silly even typing this. No problem. I am a Syrian, Lyran, Pleiadian, Starseed, and Twin Flame, Divine Feminine Priestess, initiated into the mystery, the world walking within itself, source code, Rainbow Serpent, Kachina, Lily, 2 Devi. Love it. Don't really know what that is, but love it. I witness you and feeling brave enough to type that out. You're in the right company. That doesn't sound silly at all to me. I witness you and actually just typing that out and being like, hello, this is me. Tiffany says, crack open this chrysalis. I've incubated long enough. Beautiful. That made my womb wobble. So yummy. Kyria says, thank you for the meditation. It was beautiful. You're welcome. Yeah, so let me know if there's anything that you want to share from that meditation. I can witness you in it, anything that you learned about yourself. And this is our final part. And also part 2 of this journey. Did any of you do the guided meditation that I included with the email sign up with Archangel Michael and Gaia? If you didn't, it is in the first email that you got from me when you joined. You can download that and you can do it as many times as you want to be able to work with some of the medicine that I help channel through and facilitate. And in that meditation, we also work more deeply with our unique medicine, because this is the message that keeps streaming through me right now, is like, activate your medicine, remember your medicine, transmit your medicine, share it in your business, repeat. So Samantha says, that was intense, super strong energies. That was my first one-on-one interaction with Archangel Michael, and holy crap, that was strong, so grateful. I love that. I love that so much. I love that so much. And also, Medicine Keepers of the Blue Violet Ray, when that comes out, and if you start working with Archangel Michael and you resonate with him, keep an eye out for that journey, because that's like the Archangel Michael fierce initiation. Megan says, I saw that I am the storyteller. I know how to tell the stories that move people more fully into themselves and forward towards our shared evolution. I saw the future. I saw that we make it. That is so beautiful. It's a beautiful evolution of what you shared before around, helping people to voice and to be visible. And then you say, oh, okay, I carry these codes of the storyteller. That's why I can help activate those codes within other people, because those are the codes that I carry. All right. So I'll wait for like a minute or 2 more to just see if any more comments come through about sharing. So I know it can take a moment to type it out and have the internet catch up. But I want to thank you for joining me today so much, and for this transmission. And just blessing you. So let's close the sacred space together. We will use the prayer from the Sophia Code. Very, very simple for closing sacred space. First, I want to acknowledge your higher self for being here, Archangel Michael, our guides, our angels, Gaia, our soul star family. Thank you for continuing to initiate us into our soul's medicine as we sleep. I ask with your permission that in the dream time, there will be more information and more activation that comes through for you. And beautiful. It is done. It is done. It is done. By the power of 3, a perfect trinity, it is done. So Megan says, thank you so much for this beautiful and powerful experience. You're welcome. All right, so you are officially invited into the New Earth Entrepreneur. We begin at the start of December. If you are feeling the energy around it, just also message me if you have questions, if you have confusion. I can even hop on a quick call with you. It's going to be a really, really powerful journey. It's basically me bringing together the last 10 years of entrepreneurship and healing and being like, this is what works. This is what works. Working deeply with our higher selves and our bodies and breath work. And It's amazing, but I'll stop talking now. Kelsey says, love you. Thank you, sister. Tara says, yes, I did. Samantha says, you rock, girlfriend. Thank you so, so much. Amazing. So much love, many blessings. And I'll also be announcing who won the 45-minute session with me in the next few days here. So if you are on replay, you can still comment and be entered to win until November 17th. So much love, many blessings. You're amazing. All the love. Archangel Michael loves you.